everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault, and once again I'm coming to you with another range report. And today's range report is on another awesome variant of the P227 from Sig Sauer. This is the P227 Tactical. So it is the full size with the threaded barrel, suppressor height sights, SRT trigger, and the extended magazine, sometimes referred to as the elephant's foot, as you can see from that massive base plate there, giving you quite a few more rounds than the standard 227 magazine. But before I talk about the things that I like and don't like about this gun, I want to thank the people that always make this possible. First and foremost is the person that has lent this gun to the channel for review, which is a local subscriber and a good friend named Ken. Ken, thank you so much. I want to thank my Patreons as always, because through their monthly donation and support, they help keep the lights on around here by helping me buy equipment to keep this content coming. And as always, the person that supplies all of the ammunition, thus making these range reports financially feasible, my good friend Mark from Brownworks. You guys know from watching all of my range reports, I always give a huge shout out and thanks to Brownworks. I'm telling you, Mark over there is a master craftsman, an artist. He makes some of the finest grips in the world. He makes wood grips for a wide variety of firearms and of a wide variety of exotic woods and materials. He has amazing customer service. Every one of my subscribers and viewers that have bought grips from him and have contacted me have told me how pleased they are. I have even reviewed other guns here at the Texas Gun Vault with Brownworks grips on them. I am always amazed at all of the new products and ideas that Mark is coming out with. I have never seen a bad grip from Mark. I'm telling you, his stuff is amazing. It's beautiful. It's finished so well. He customizes every grip. You can even put on custom logos and engravings, and his customer service is top notch. He makes sure that you are 100% satisfied. I know that in the past, he's had people send grips back to him to make sure that they were right and they fit the gun great. And I'm asking, if you want to support me here at the Texas Gun Vault, please go over and take a look at Brownworks website. I'm going to post a link in the description and as a pinned comment, as well as a discount code for 10% off your first order. So please go over there, see what Brownworks has to offer. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. If you don't see something there you're looking for, make sure to contact Mark. I know he'll get back to you and definitely hook you up with what you need. And when you do contact him, please tell him the Texas Gun Vault sent you. All right, so what is this really cool and awesome pistol from Sig, which unfortunately, as I understand it, is currently discontinued. But you never know, they might bring it back at some point if the demand is there. It is my understanding that this was not a very hot seller when it was on the market, and it's one of those guns that I regret passing on. So this essentially is a tactical version of the P227, which is a double stack 45 of the legacy P series of pistols. So you have the threaded barrel, the suppressor height sights, as I've mentioned, this extended magazine, and most importantly, the thing I love about this gun, particularly over many of the other P227s I've shot, the SRT trigger, which stands for the short reset trigger. You know, I shoot SIGs pretty good, but the SRT trigger really takes them above and beyond. If you've ever shot one side by side, trust me, you can tell a huge difference. Now, if you have a SIG pistol without an SRT trigger in it, you can actually buy the kit and convert it over. So, what do I like about this pistol first and foremost? Well, pretty much everything I have already mentioned. This is a gun that I really, really want. And so getting it here at the Texas Gun Vault to shoot is an awesome experience. Everything about this gun, all of the features, is exactly what I would want in a double stack 45. As I've already said, threaded barrel, suppressor height sights, SRT trigger, extended magazine. I love these grips. I love the finish. I love the SIG quality. I love the controls. There's really nothing about this gun that I don't like. But I know I always try to come up with something I say that I don't like. And I think I found one thing, and it is super minor. And some people might say, man, Jason, you are nitpicky. And that's okay, because maybe I am. The only issue I may have with this particular gun is the extractor. Now, Sig has had a number of different styles of extractors, and many of their older pistols have a very large extractor, and I've always found that those have worked extremely well. But when they went to the all stainless steel milled out slides, they went to a very small extractor. Let me show you that right there in the center. Now, I've had a few issues with some of these in the past. I've just found that I've had weaker ejections. Now, right now, I don't know if I'm going to have any issues with this. I seriously doubt it. I know that this is a time-tested design and Sig has been using it for a while. But I'm just saying, because I have shot a lot of Sigs, that longer and bigger extractor has just been better. And I did once have a P229 that had this same extractor in it, and it just didn't work very well. I think I had to replace it 2 times before I found one that worked. So seeing the small extractor is the only thing that gives me any pause. But as I said, that is a super duper small gripe. Alright, so I know that I've been glowing about this gun a whole bunch, so let's get it to the range. I'm going to load up one of these very large magazines, 14 rounds of 45 ACP, set the target out at 7 yards, and I'm just going to shoot and enjoy this thing. I've already shot a couple of other P227s recently, but this is the variant I know I'm going to love. Full size, big capacity, and most importantly, the SRT trigger. So let's just see how it shoots. And as expected, the SRT trigger is awesome. I have it in a couple of my other Sigs as well. So let me show you this on camera here. Of course, let me safety check this firearm and visually inspect that chamber so I know that I am safe. Let me bring the pistol over here to the camera, and I'm going to show you first the double action pull. It is pretty heavy, but it is smooth. It is very predictable. And then the reset is extremely short, and then you're already right there at the wall. It is awesome. And honestly, if you own any Sig Legacy P-Series firearm, you absolutely have to have the SRT trigger in it. It is great. Now, Sigs are known to have a high bore axis, and many times it means the gun's gonna flip a little bit, but this is a large gun. It's a heavy gun. And to be honest with you, it doesn't have that much flip or that much recoil. It feels really good. I actually think the recoil spring in this is a little bit more stout than the standard P227. So I don't know if that's true or not. I do know that the color that the spring is marked is green. So I have to go back and look at the color code. I don't think the other ones were green, so I'm not 100% sure what that means. So it might be a little bit different spring weight for the tactical version with a threaded barrel, but it feels really, really good. Now, that wasn't my best grouping, but the gun is simply fun to shoot, and you can't deny that it's super cool. All right, so I'm gonna set the target out at about twice the distance. I'm gonna try to see if I can get this group any better and just see if I can shoot it better at further distances. I call this the accuracy portion of the range report, but it's not me bench resting the gun. It's just seeing, how do I like these sights? And does the group open up? So let's just see how I do. And my group was still low and to the left, but I'm still pretty happy with it. As I said, it's a darn cool pistol. One thing I am noticing in regards to the lower recoil is after the last round, while the slide is holding open, I don't feel it like I normally do. So once again, it could be just that heavier spring weight that I think it has, but I didn't really notice it. A lot of times, you know, if you're shooting a Glock, it just feels different after that last round. This one, it's not feeling the same. So it didn't catch me off guard, but I did notice on both times I shot this so far, I just didn't feel the slide lock open as strongly as I would. So that's just something I noticed. You can take that or leave it, think it's good or bad. All right, so now I want to give my wife, Becky, a chance to shoot this. And lately, she's been a little scared to shoot 45s. Usually these big guns kind of intimidate her a little bit, and she's had a couple of 45s that have been really snappy and uncomfortable. I'm trying to get her back into loving 45. I know 45 is just one of those time-tested and loved cartridges. So I'm hoping she's gonna like this. Lower recoil. I know she likes these E2 grips. I think the sights are great. So I'm curious what she thinks. So let me load up another magazine and give her a shot. And she told me after shooting it that she felt it was a little bit flippy. Of course, it has that higher bore axis. I'm used to it and was expecting it. She wasn't, but it wasn't too bad. She did say she was really surprised by how comfortable the grip was. For being a double stack and being so wide, it's just a very ergonomic grip and fit her smaller hands really well. She also mentioned she didn't really feel the slide lock open after the last round. So that just kind of seems to be something that is a tendency with both of us after we've shot it. Now, I do think that this gun is a little bit big for her. It's not a bad gun. I kind of always like to use the analogy of shoes. If you want to be a professional basketball player, it makes no sense going out and buying shoes that Shaquille O'Neal wears, especially in the size that he does. Yeah, he was a great basketball player, but he wore like size 19 or 20 tennis shoes. Well, if your foot is a size 11, well, it's not going to help you at all. So you want to make sure you have a gun that fits you well. Sometimes when people see my wife shoot these larger guns, they say, well, she's holding it wrong. Well, she does have very small hands. So it's really important that when she's shooting a pistol, I always tell her, you have to find the gun that's gonna fit you the best. Everyone's body is different. Everyone's hands are different. Everyone has different sensitivity to recoil. And so even though this is a large gun, she shot it really well, she just still feels it's too big for her. So if you're a smaller statured person or you have smaller hands, it might not be the firearm for you. But she said it was still pretty comfortable and easy to shoot. So the next test I want to do is the double action only test. You know, I actually shoot SIGs in double action pretty well. And when it comes to the standard triggers, normally I say I shoot the double actions better than I do the single actions because I don't have to deal with that long reset. Well, just dry firing this, the double action pull does seem a little bit heavier than the standard trigger, but like the standard trigger, it's very smooth and very predictable. So I'm going to load up another magazine. I'm going to use the great decocker that is on all SIG legacy pistols right there on the side. I'm going to decock it before every shot. Always shoot it double action and just see how I do. And you know, like the P227 carry that I recently reviewed, I shot it better double action than I do single action. But I will say the single action trigger on this SRT is way better than the standard trigger, but the double action seems to be about the same. I feel it is really accurate. Just a little bit heavy, but it's definitely consistent. I like that a lot. All right, so the next test I always do is the quick magazine change. Whether you're going to use this gun for self-defense or maybe competition, you want to know, can you get these magazines out of here pretty fast? I have to say, right here on the workbench, just dropping that magazine, they fly out of there. While the gun does not have a mag well or a jet funnel, having these big old elephant's feet, they're easy to grab, they're easy to manipulate, and find that mag well. I also hope, unlike the P227 carry, which should not have the SRT trigger in it, I'm hoping with the short reset trigger, I'm going to be able to shoot this gun faster and, of course, get the magazines in and out quicker. So let's see how I do. And that was definitely quicker and easier than the other P227 variants that I have shot. You can shoot this gun really fast. And I really think the quick magazine changes with these extended mags are really easy, just because you have so much surface area on the bottom to grab onto and direct that magazine where you want it. And these mags, as I said, simply fly out. So I really like how this gun performs in this circumstance. Well, I only have a few rounds left here, and I always got to have a little bit of fun when it comes to an awesome gun like this. So I'm just going to do a quick mag dump, do some point shooting, and just see if I try to shoot the thing as fast as I possibly can. Well, can I keep all my rounds on target? All I can tell you is that is a lot of fun, and it looks like all of my rounds were on the silhouette. So I'm really happy. So what are my final thoughts on this awesome P227 tactical from Sig Sauer? Well, I'm obviously gushing about it. It's a gun I always wanted. I'm so glad I got to shoot it, but now I'm very sad because I can't find one at a decent price. This has just been an awesome gun. It has been everything that I would hope it would be. And the only concern that I mentioned in the beginning of this video that I may have with this extractor, I didn't have any extractor problems at all. So this gun outperformed, it outshined my expectations. It's everything that I want in a double stack 45. It's a SIG, it looks great, it's tactical. Yeah, you guys know probably what star rating I'm gonna give this. It's gonna get 5 out of 5 stars. There's nothing wrong with this gun. And to be honest with you, I really wouldn't change anything about it from the factory settings. Maybe the grips, if I wanted to go to something maybe a little bit more comfortable or get an awesome set of those Brownworks grips, if he makes one for this. But overall, I love the SRT trigger. I like these SIG sights, the threaded barrel. It's just everything I could ever want in a double stack 45, and it's tactical. I mean, it's just everything that I want as a collector and the type of guns that I love. So 5 out of 5 stars for the Sig Sauer P227 Tactical. Thank you so much, Ken, for giving me this opportunity. Man, I'm jealous. I wish this was my personal gun, and I wish I could find one now for an affordable price. Who knows, maybe one day Sig will reintroduce them to their product line, but right now they are discontinued. But if you own one of these, you're very lucky, and I'm very jealous. So what do you guys think? Do you like the P227? Is it the type of gun that you like, and would you want the tactical version of it like I do? Well, let me know in the comment sections below. And as always, thanks for watching.